Hi there. In this short piece, we're going to talk about a sacred pause and the benefit that it can have, especially in a really busy life. Because even if we take a few moments to uh, pause, it can have a huge effect on our daily life. So, the reason why we call this a sacred pause is because there's a lot of wisdom in the pause. You might even remember a time when you reacted quickly and you thought about it later and realized that you could have responded in a much more effective way. But we can't be pausing in times that are challenging unless we're actually practicing it in times when we're not being challenged. One of the most effective times that I take a sacred pause, and I do this religiously every day, is that I pause before I get up in the morning and straight after I wake up. So the moment I wake up, and it's become automatic most mornings now, the moment I wake up, I put my hands on my tummy and I take some deep belly breaths. And it might be 3 breaths, it might be 20 breaths, or I might do it for a couple of minutes. But the point is that even if you aim for 1, 3, 5 breaths, it is actually going to become a practice that you'll start noticing throughout your day. So even in the most challenging circumstances, we've all got a few breaths that we can take consciously. But not only does this help with putting us in touch with that, with the inner wisdom that we all have inside of us that gets drowned out in the noise of a busy life, it does have physiological effects for us too. So when we're breathing deep into the belly, we engage the diaphragm, which is the muscle that moves up as we exhale, like an umbrella, and then moves back down like an upside down umbrella when we inhale. So in times of stress, when we need energy and oxygen fast, we'll tend to use more secondary muscles of breathing up in the upper chest, and that's if we're running from a tiger. But we can't sustain, these muscles tire quickly, we can't sustain them for long. And so then if we stay in these secondary muscles of breathing, we tend to get tired, we tend to not get enough oxygen, the energy available to us drops. So having this practice where we're making sure that the diaphragm is the primary muscle of breathing is really important, not only for our nervous system. So when we're breathing up here in the secondary muscles of breathing, it makes us feel a little anxious, even just that underlying anxiety where kind of you just agitated. When we can use the primary muscle of breathing, the diaphragm, it actually calms the nervous system. It's also doing a bunch of other things too, giving all the internal organs a massage. That's helping our lymphatic system. It's getting more oxygen into the blood, into the brain, into our cells. And I could probably go on for a long time about all the benefits of really making sure that the diaphragm is the primary muscle of breathing. So how do we do it? When we first wake up, we're obviously lying down. So I'm going to do that right now. If you find that lying down means that you've got a little bit of pinching in your lower back, you can either bend up your knees with your feet wide, let the knees drop in towards one another, or you can use a bolster or a pillow underneath your knees, which will help just alleviate any pinching in the lower back. So this position I'm in now. And then I take my hands to my lower belly. And you might just start off just noticing your breathing for a moment, what's moving as you breathe in and as you breathe out. And then we're going to actively start to deepen the belly, deepen this breath, this deep belly breath. So always beginning with an exhale, so you get this chance to empty. You might just gently squeeze the abdomen, just encouraging any stale air to leave the base of the lungs. And then take a deep breath in into the lower belly. And because your hands are on your lower belly, you can focus on making your hands rise as you breathe in. So they're rising with the belly, and then they drop with the belly as you breathe out. And we just go on like this. If possible, you're getting your inhale and exhale to equal lengths. So you can even count the breath. So you can inhale, 2, 3, 4, and exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. A couple more in your own time, making sure that the belly rises as you inhale and falls as you exhale. When you've finished, just coming back to the natural rhythm of the breath. So you just let the breath move in and out of the body just as it would if you weren't focusing on the breath at all. And then you might start putting this sacred pause into your day. So there might be an uncomfortable person that you're dealing with. You can go to the bathroom and do your sacred pause there. Or you might just take a moment before you respond to a tough question. You might even say, "Can I let you know?" This sacred pause where we can prioritize tuning in to our inner wisdom is a real game changer, especially in the midst of a busy life where we can start to feel thrown about by the busy life. And this sacred pause tends to give us a moment to reconnect, to put us back in the driver's seat so that we're able to respond after this sacred pause in a skillful and effective way that really supports our inner truth.